The movie begins with Neil sitting in her room reading a book, but she can't concentrate on the book because of the noise her neighbor Woody is making. We learn that Woody goes to the same school as Neil, and he's the most popular guy there because he's the captain of the football team. Because of his interest in football and matches, he fails in his studies, unlike Neil, who is the smartest girl in the whole school. Not to mention, she comes from a very wealthy family, and her parents are helping her apply to a prestigious university. Neil also suffers because of Woody, as he bullies her all the time and is always yelling at her with the noise he makes every day. So she calls out to him from her bedroom window and asks him to keep it down so she can concentrate. But he doesn't care about what she says and keeps playing music all night long. The next day, Woody wakes up and goes downstairs to have breakfast with his father and mother while they're eating. He tells his father that he wants to work with him so he can help with the household expenses because their financial situation is getting worse. Woody gets upset with his father's attitude towards him because he wants to go to university and continue playing football since he dreams of becoming a famous player one day, but his father doesn't care about his dreams and just wants him to go work with him. At that time, Nell is having breakfast with her father and her mother, whose name is Catherine. Her father tells her that she received a letter from a big university in America and that they will give her a test in a week to assess her abilities. Her mother tells her that she believes in her because she knows that she will be able to pass the test and apply to the university. So Nell thanks her for her trust and leaves to go to her school. At the same time, Oddie leaves the house to go to school with his friend Harry. On the way, the two of them bully Nell because she doesn't have any friends, and they drive their car through a puddle, splashing water all over Nell as she's on her way to school. When she arrives at school, all the students keep bullying her because her hair is a mess from the water, but she ignores them. She then sees him standing with his girlfriend Brianna in the schoolyard, and Nell gets angry at him because of the way he treats her, telling him to stay away from her and stop bullying her. At the end of the day, they go on a visit to an archaeological museum in the city, and the teacher chooses pairs of students each day to work together on their graduation project. He chooses Woody and Nell to be on the same team, so Woody argues with Nell and tells her that she's a failure and that nobody at school likes her, and he keeps making fun of her. And while he's talking to her, suddenly a ring of smoke appears around them. The smoke is coming out of the statue they're standing next to. But they don't pay any attention and each of them goes home to sleep. However, while they're sleeping, their souls are switched. Woody's soul goes into Nell's body, and Nell's soul goes into Woody's body. The next morning, Woody wakes up and is shocked to find himself in Nell's room. He has no idea how he got there, until he looks in the mirror and is stunned to see Nell. He doesn't understand what happened to him, but he suspects that he's been cursed and that this curse is what turned him into Nell. So he looks out the window at his own room and is shocked again when he sees Nell in his body. He quickly gets dressed and goes downstairs to talk to her and find out exactly what happened. He seems nervous when he meets Nell's mother, but tells her that he's in a hurry and wants to go to school. At that moment, Nell comes downstairs as well. She also looks nervous when she talks to Woody's father, and she doesn't know how to speak like Woody to avoid raising suspicion. So she quickly leaves to go to school. As usual, Harry, Woody's friend, waits for him in front of his house and they go to school together. Harry starts to notice that Woody's behavior isn't normal, but he doesn't pay much attention and takes him to school. At school, Woody talks to Nell and tells her that she's the reason for all of this, and that she's definitely the cause of the curse that's affected them. But she's just like him and doesn't know what happened. She doesn't know what to do, so she breaks down in tears. Woody tries to calm her down because now she's living in his body, and all the students at school see him as the one who's crying. So he tells her that it's just a curse. He reassures her that each of them will return to their normal lives after just 24 hours. So each of them has to act like the other so that no one gets suspicious. In class, Nell is asked about her homework, which is an essay where she has to talk about the most important figures in American history. So he tries to say anything so that the Nile does not cause problems. And he actually manages to talk about the most important figure in American history from his point of view. During the break, Brianna goes to her boyfriend Woody and tells him that she wants him to come home with her. But Woody runs away from her and leaves, which surprises Brianna because Woody loves her very much and usually likes going home with her. At the end of the day, Woody goes to attend the football team's practice, but Nell can't control Woody's body, so she plays as if it's her first time playing football. Naturally, the coach gets upset and tells him that if he doesn't take practice seriously, he won't be allowed to participate in the upcoming tournament. And of course, this would be a big problem for Woody because he was hoping that his life would change because of this tournament. Because scouts from the big clubs are present in the stands and sign contracts with the best players in the tournament. Woody is considered the best player in the city, and he was hoping they would sign him so he could escape working with his father, but he won't be able to participate in the tournament because Nell's soul is in his body. The next day, Nell dresses Woody's body in proper clothes, which is completely unlike Woody's usual style, so Woody tells her to do everything he used to do so that no one gets suspicious. But she still doesn't care about what he says and tells him that his body now belongs to her, and until she gets back to her real body, she'll do whatever she wants. Woody gets annoyed with her and tries to dress Nell's body in things that would bother her, and the situation between them turns into a war. Each of them tries to ruin things for the other, so Nell, while in Woody's body, goes to Brianna and tells her that she wants to break up with her. Meanwhile, Woody in Nell's body gets to know a lot of guys from school. And this is the opposite of Nell's nature, who usually never talks to anyone and is bullied by people all the time. The next day at school, rumors spread that Nell was with a guy from school named Nicky. Nell breaks down when she hears what's being said about her and sits on the ground crying. When he arrives at school, he finds out about the rumors that have spread. So he tells Nell that Nicky's lying and tells her that he took advantage of her body and went to Nicky's house just to upset her. So while still in Nell's body, he goes to the basketball court and gets into a fight with Nicky. And while they're talking, suddenly Nell appears while she's in Woody's body, hits him, and forces him to confess in front of the other students that he's a liar and that nothing happened between him and Nell. After that, Woody and Nell sit together, and Woody apologizes to Nell for the bullying she had been subjected to. At that moment, they remember the field trip to the archaeology museum, which was the reason they ended up in this situation. So they suspect that the statue they were standing in front of is the reason for all of this, and that everything happened because of their argument with each other. So they quickly go to the museum to try to get their lives back to normal. They stand in front of the statue and pretend to love each other so that each one can return to their own body. They stand in front of the statue and pretend to love each other so that each of them can return to normal. But nothing changes. So they go together to a restaurant. There, Woody decides to train Nell to play football, since she will be playing in the tournament in his body. And Nell decides to tutor Woody because he will be taking the university exam in her body. And as soon as Nell starts playing football, it becomes obvious that she could never learn, and everyone who sees her makes fun of her. The next day, Woody goes to school and experiences Nell's suffering with bullying, but he makes new friends to help the students like Nell. At the end of the day, he goes with a girl from school named Chanel to Brianna's house, and they spend time together. He's happy because he made friends for Nell while in her body. At that moment, Brianna talks about her relationship with Woody, saying that she was with him because he was popular at school, but in reality, she doesn't love him. Woody feels upset when he finds out she was lying to him, and he decides that when he returns to his own body, he won't get into a relationship with her again. At that time, Nell goes to the bar and keeps drinking a lot until she gets exhausted, so she heads home. The next day, Woody goes to check on her and tells her that they're going to practice playing football. During this time, Woody and Nell's relationship develops and they grow attached to each other. Days go by, and one day Nell's mother argues with her because she's been going out with Woody. She tells her that he's a failure and that she herself hates him. This upsets Woody because he had started to fall in love with Nell and thought that she loved him too, but her mother's words suggest otherwise. So Woody leaves the house and goes to play football. So Nell goes to him and finds out what he heard. She apologizes to him and tells him that she will do her very best to win the upcoming championship she's going to play in. She also promises to help him apply to university so he won't have to work with his father in the workshop. In return, he will pass the university entrance exam for the university she wants to attend. The next day, Woody goes to take Nell's university exam, but he doesn't know how to answer the professor's questions. However, he manages to convince the professor to accept her into the university because it's her lifelong dream, and then he leaves to hurry back to the football field since his match has already started. At that moment, Nell tries to play the match to win it, but she doesn't know how to play, especially since everyone on the field is much bigger than Woody. Woody's team is 14 points behind the opposing team, and if they can't catch up, they lose the match and be devastated. Of course, Woody's whole life depends on this. At that moment, Woody arrives at the field while still in Nell's body, and he starts encouraging Nell to play well and win the match. Before the match ends, Nell manages to play like a pro, and thanks to her, Woody's team wins the match and they all celebrate her. During the celebrations, Woody goes to her and thanks her for helping him win the match, telling her that he wouldn't have succeeded without her and that she is the reason for it. He also tells her that he passed her university exam and promises her that she will get accepted into the university just as she wishes. She tells him that one of the talent scouts left her his card and offered her to join their university so she could be part of their soccer team. She tells him that he can accept this offer, forget about working with his father forever, and join the university just as he always wished. He could become a great and famous player at an important university. So Woody thanks her once again for her help. At that moment, each of them gets their soul back. This happens after they were able to prove that they truly wish the best for each other. Each one was the reason the other's life changed for the better. Woody is overjoyed because his soul has returned to his body once again, and he celebrates with his friends after winning the match. At that moment, Nell sees him kissing Brianna, and she gets upset because she liked him and thought he liked her too. But when she sees him with Brianna, she leaves them and quickly goes back home. The next day, Woody goes to her house to apologize for what she saw. He tries to explain to her that what happened was a misunderstanding and that he actually likes her, but her mother refuses to let him talk to her. She tells him that she used to hate him, but she started to like him because he began to change for the better. But he ruined everything when he went back to Brianna again. She tells him to stay away from her forever and focus on his own life because she is going away to her university. So Woody becomes very upset by her mother's reaction and wishes he could see her or talk to her. After her mother shuts the door in his face, we learn from her that the university letter has arrived for Nell and that she has been accepted and will be leaving to start her college life. She will begin a new life, away from Woody and all the students who were with her in school. Her mother tries to reassure her, telling her that she will be able to make new friends at university who will love her. A few days later, it's the day of the graduation party. Woody was supposed to go to this party with Nell, but she decided not to go so she wouldn't see Woody or talk to him. So Woody goes to the party with Brianna and they start dancing, but it's noticeable that Woody isn't happy with Brianna. He wishes that Nell was the one with him at this party. Meanwhile, the best student in the school is chosen and it's Woody, and the best female student is Brianna. They dance together amid great excitement from the students about their relationship. At that time, Nell is sitting at home feeling sad because of Woody. Her father comes to her and gives her a dress he had bought as a gift for her to wear to her graduation party. He tells her to put it on and go to the party so she can get out of the bad mood she's in. He encourages her to try to get over Woody, because he broke her heart when he decided to go back to Brianna so easily. Her father tries to defend Woody. He tells her that Woody is a good person and shares with her that he and Woody's father used to be friends a long time ago. But her mother refused to let them be together because Woody's family was poor and he had to appease his wife and distance himself from his friend. So he advises her not to do what he did, to pursue all her dreams and to go now to her graduation party. So Nell puts on the dress and decides to go. At that moment, Chanel discovers that Harry has been cheating on her, so she decides to get revenge on him. She makes him get out of the car and take off his clothes as if to have sex with her. Then she takes his clothes and the car, leaves him like that in the street and heads to the party. At the same time, Nell arrives at the party, stunning the other students with her appearance. As soon as Woody sees her, he quickly leaves Brianna and goes to Nell, apologizing to her for the misunderstanding that happened. He tells her that he truly likes her and hopes to spend the rest of his life with her. Then he takes her and leaves the party. Brianna gets very upset by the way Woody treats her, so she tries to run after him to stop him, but she trips and tears her dress, which embarrasses her in front of the other students at the party. At that point, Woody and Nell's relationship begins to develop, and they become the reason Woody's father and her father become friends again. Nell decides not to go to college, so she can stay with her boyfriend Woody, because she wants to spend the rest of her life with him. She tells her mother that she will apply to the same university that Woody is applying to. And that's how the movie ends.